Hey there, guys. Welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So, worked on a bunch of different cars today, Rafa and I. Why don't we start with this one? So, look at that. It's got a motor in it. So, yeah, we went ahead and, Rafa specifically, went ahead and stabbed this motor in. So, we'd had the long block built some time ago, and then I started assembling it from there, and then kind of got sidetracked with, 50 other projects. But I was pretty much at the point where it was a good idea to go ahead and put it in. So, yeah, there you go. So we've got an order in with Wolfsburg and with Dave Greiner for some parts that we need here to kind of complete this motor. But the nice thing about a Buggy is even when the motor's in, you have tons of space to work on it. So not a big deal to go and install parts after the motor is in the car. So yeah, we're getting a distributor, and fuel pump's already been rebuilt. A bunch of other odds and ends for it. Spark plug wires. The owner's got the valve covers, and he's got a couple different exhausts. Not sure which one he's going to want to run, but I think we're going to probably mock them both up and see what he prefers. But yeah, so that's kind of a big accomplishment here, or a big milestone, I should say, as far as getting this Buggy that much closer to being a running, driving car. I need to get on the owner a little bit. We got to pick out some tires for this thing. He's already got these bitchin' staggered Sprint Star wheels for it that are just sitting there waiting patiently for some tires. So it won't be long, and it'll be ready for wheels and tires. So Jim, if you're watching this, put some thought into those tires, man. Let's figure those out and get this puppy on its feet. So anyway, that's mostly what happened on this one today. The Barndoor got some more love today. So Rafa went ahead and he pulled off all the exterior handles. Well, not the door handles. They're actually in really good shape. I think we're just going to leave those alone. But the cargo door handle and the little T-handle here on the rear deck lid. And he had already pulled off the tail light bezels here and disassembled those. And then today he started doing kind of some body work on the bezels themselves. Each of them had a little dent on it, pretty much in the same spot on both the left and right ones, which is kind of funny. Almost the same dent in almost the same spot. So not sure how that happened during this thing's long life. But anyway, got those worked out, and yeah, so we're starting a little pile of stuff to send off to Chrome. Let's see, interior door handles, and I don't remember what else. The ends of the grab handles here, not for Chrome, but we'll send those out and have those polished. They're aluminum. And there's probably some other things I'm forgetting. But yeah, we got a nice little pile going here of stuff that'll be re-chromed to be at the level of the rest of this bus. And then Rafa also started going through and kind of restoring the mechanisms for the cargo doors, and then for the engine lid too, cleaning those up and getting those ready for plating or painting or whatever we're going to do on those. So yeah, that was kind of what happened on this guy today here. The 68 double cab got a little bit of love today. Not a ton, but again, just trying to keep things moving along here. So Sean from Gilmore, who's the company that makes the very nice air conditioning system, the way at least I had one of the air conditioning hoses routed, which is the long one that goes from the pump all the way under the car and then ultimately up here to the evaporator. The way I had it routed, which was to me the neatest and cleanest and most out of the way route to mount it, it was like 15 or more inches too long. So Sean at Gilmore Enterprises to the rescue. He actually shipped me a portable tool for crimping the hose ends, and also a really nice cutter. So I cut the line and crimped on a new end to the correct length. So you can see now it's the one kind of in the back there. So yeah, perfect now. And so I did that, and then Put the grommet back in the floor because I didn't have that in there since I was kind of playing around with that line. And yeah, just some other little things. There's a drain hose, of course, as you guys know, if you've ever had a car with an air conditioner in it, which is probably everyone watching this. They generate water, condensation, and so there's a little drain hose at the bottom of the evaporator here, and that goes out through the middle there. It's that hose in the middle. So yeah, routed that in there. And I think that was mainly it on this one for today. So again, just a couple things here and there, but trying to keep the progress going here. Oh, I know what else I did is all of the lines now where they're connected to their respective locations all have O-rings on them. Before I didn't put O-rings in because I was just kind of mocking things up. The exception being the two connections at the compressor. I didn't bother putting O-rings in there because that's all got to come apart anyway when the motor comes out. And then when it goes in for real and I'm connecting the compressor, then I'll go ahead and put the O-rings in. So they're brand new and fresh and hopefully leak free. But yeah, everything else is O-ringed, tightened, all that good stuff. So that was this guy. This guy didn't get any love today. This guy didn't get any love. But this guy did. So his owner brought the seats in. I think I mentioned before had his seats. The donor buggy had these seats in it, but I think they were just black. I don't know if they were vinyl or cloth. I think they might have been black vinyl. But he sent them to his upholstery guy that he uses and had them done with the centers in this Gulf livery. And I love it. I love the Gulf, especially the Porsches, the 917s, and all those that were that orange and blue color scheme that you see here. So yeah, really good choice on his part. I think it goes really well with the blue of the buggy, and it looks super fun and super bitchin'. Anyway, he brought those seats today, so I went ahead and mounted up the rear one. So basically, there's two threaded inserts on the backrest, and then two threaded inserts on the bottom here. So went ahead and found the locations for those holes, drilled them, mounted them up. So these are in for good now. These are not going anywhere. I did have to loosen up his roll bar and kind of tilt it forward because this seat does go pretty far into the space here, and it wouldn't actually go past the top roll bar mount. So pretty much took these off, loosened up the bottom of the roll bar, and then move this whole roll bar forward a few inches to get this little peninsula sticking out here down in there. And then once that was all done and mounted up, then put the roll bar back. So yeah, this is in for good now. The front ones are just in for mock-up purposes. They're not tight yet, but I just wanted to make sure that when I did go to put them in for good that there are no surprises, because we don't like surprises. So they're, again, just in loosely for mock-up purposes, but as I suspected, they fit awesome, and I don't see any issues at all with those, so I will probably go ahead and put those in for real tomorrow. Kind of a neat setup. So the driver's seat is on a track where you can slide it fore and aft for, making sure the driver can reach the pedals and all that good stuff. The passenger seat is fixed as far as fore and aft, but there's a lever underneath of it that you can pull, and then the whole seat tilts forward. So I suppose if somebody was actually going to ride in the back seat of this thing and wanted to enter through here, you could tilt this seat forward and they could climb in through there. Although in reality, I think what anyone would do would just be probably climb over the fender here. Realistically, though, I don't think anyone's going to be riding back here. Your mouth is pretty much right at the level of the roll bar, so if there was ever a quick stop or anything, I think this thing would probably take out most of your teeth. So I think the back seat is pretty much in there for cosmetic purposes, and it looks awesome. So it's definitely the right thing to do to have it in there, but I don't think I'd recommend anyone actually riding back here. So anyway, long story short, the fact that the seat tilts forward is probably of no real use, but it does it anyway. So yeah, this thing's getting super close. Now that we got the back seat mounted in here, there's probably no reason to not go ahead and put his motor in. Again, I wanted to wait to put the motor in until I had the back seat mounted, because it just makes it easier to get at the mounting locations up in there and stuff like that. But yeah, now that that's in, I might go ahead and shove the motor in here. Last week it was, I think Jacob actually went through his carburetor, which had been run before and then sat with gas in it, so it was a mess. We went through, cleaned it up, and rebuilt it all back to fresh. So this motor should be about ready to run. Probably do an oil change and a valve adjustment, and then should be good to go. It was out of a running, driving donor car, so there you go. So that happened today too. And I believe that's actually it as far as what happened around here today, guys. So appreciate everyone watching. Thanks for all you guys that make comments and like our videos and all that stuff. Thanks to everyone who subscribed. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.